Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show.
Yeah. I'll have my picture up. Does that mean I'm absent? If my picture's not there, am I not there? Is that how that works? Ooh, what if I just did the whole show as just this picture? Like I didn't go to a live view and let people see the real me. I could just be like, ooh, this is me. I'm in a hat. I'm a hat guy. Ooh, hat guy. That's me. No, that wouldn't work. I'm here. I'm dressed and everything. It's crazy. Welcome to See You in the Morning, where I'm your host, Cletus Cassidy. He told you I was here dressed. I had clothes on. I was just being me this morning. Welcome to another edition of See You in the Morning. I am, of course, your host, Cletus Cassidy. So excited to be here with you all. I'm going to be honest with y'all this morning. I got bit by a mosquito. Must have been like a radioactive mosquito or something, because this mosquito bite has been giving me all kinds of problems. I'm tired of it. I don't know. If I turn into a mosquito-based superhero, y'all will know why. Because it was this mosquito bite that I got on my leg that has been driving me insane. It's been driving me crazy. I'm putting some Neosporin on it. That's what you learned to do back in the day. You put some Neosporin on it. Do that. I think the Neosporin on a mosquito bite was much better than when you had to put on that pink lotion when you got the chicken pox. I never had the chicken pox as a child. Never had them. Hope they never get them as an adult. Hope to stay chicken pox free. Didn't all y'all get a chicken pox and you had to take that, what was it, calamine lotion? Ooh. Like you had to take that bath and some strawberry milk, which is a delicious milk, if I had to say so myself. Anyway, welcome to another edition of See You in the Morning. I am, of course, your host, Cletus Cassidy. Just in the building one more time. If you've never been here, this show is just as random as that last book group of statements was. That's how random this whole show is. It can go from calamine lotion to strawberry milk. You just never know what you're going to end up with on this show. This show is something else. This show is something else. So you gotta just know anything can happen out here. Anything can happen. We are a carnival. But thank you so much for being here, man. If this is your first time hearing this, you're about to experience something so cold. If you've been here before and you found it not robbery, come back again. Thank you. Come again. If you found not robbery to come again, I appreciate you, because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. I got 3 topics today I'm talking about on the show. Well, maybe 4, 3.5, because one of the topics I can't talk about yet until I can talk about it. But 3.5 topics to talk about today, and I'm really excited. I'm so excited. Boom, boom, but I just can't hide it. Boom, boom. I'm excited to be here in the building with y'all. Now, the one thing about this show, if you've never witnessed it, you try to figure out what in the world is this. Is it just a guy regurgitating foolishness? Yes, that's exactly what it is. But it goes in different directions. The only direction that I know it'll go to eventually is left. At some point in time, there'll be something that'll make YouTube ban this from children. I get emails all the time, be like, your program has been banned. Children can't watch it. It's crazy how that works. Let them children know. I mean, I believe that the children are the future. If we teach them well and let them lead the way, we can show them all the beauty they possess inside. If we give them a sense of pride, that'll make it anyway. But let's go ahead and do what I always do on this show. On this very show, I speak to everybody that speaks to me. The first 3 people that speak to me get the Mythical Morning medals. Let me go ahead and get those out this morning. Winning the bronze medal this morning. My man just cannot get, he can't, I don't know what it is about technology, but technology be whooping Keith Brown's hindparts. That initial time that he got to speak, downtown Keith Brown ain't gonna get it right. So there's good morning, and then after that came VY. I don't know what that means. But he gave his whatever. Downtown Keith Brown with the bronze. With the silver goes to my man Snoop Boykins, and the gold medal goes to Wilberta Carter. Wilberta Carter. Good morning, Wilberta. Wilberta with the gold, Snoop with the silver, Keith with the bronze. Also winning medals this morning is Marche with her nasty self. Dolores, good morning. Franita, Dalisa, T. Mitchell, ruined it all. Melissa Kuther, good morning. TT, Tiny and Tasty, good morning. Candace, I guess this counts as a good morning. Where in the world? I don't know what that was. Jamie, good morning. Bree, good morning. Calvin, good morning. Not saying good morning to you, Marquise. Good morning, bro. Let's see who else is here. Crystal Sex Appeal, good morning. Lynette, good morning. Tiffany, good morning. Denzel, what are you holding $1 for? I guess. I mean, I'm not above letting somebody borrow $1. That's about my borrow limit, though. Anything over $1, it's too much. Too much. Lisa, good morning. Dame Dash, good morning. JD, don't call me Martin Luther the King. Sasha Fears, good morning. Michelle, not McKinley for long. McKinney for long, good morning. Good morning, Renee. How are you? Slim Goody. Good morning. Queendom, good morning. Ida, good morning. Good morning. So let's talk this morning. Let's talk about some things. Let's get some things out. First thing that I do, I always do a weekend review. Slight weekend, even though it was a holiday. Yesterday, I spent Labor Day not laboring. Well, I'm gonna lie. I had someone call me and tell me that they had a flat tire, and I went to go help with a flat tire yesterday. I realized that changing tires is the cursive writing of real life. Changing a tire is the cursive writing of real life. And I know you're saying, what do you mean by that? And I'll explain. There was a time that I thought life was over and out. No, back in the day, everybody had to learn how to change the tire. That was one of the things that men took their sons outside and said, boy, you need to learn how to fix the tire. And then they always had that one dad that was like, I'm teaching my daughter how to change the tire so she won't rely on no man. You had to know how to change your own tire. You never knew what dark road or path you was going to be on when you got a flat. You used to have to know how to change the tire. There was a time when you had to know how to write in cursive. You had to know how to write, period. You had to have good handwriting. Handwriting was part of the curriculum. You had your reading, writing, and arithmetic. You had to know how to change. You had to know how to write in cursive because cursive was important. You had to be able to sign stuff. You had to know how to write in cursive. You had to write in cursive, and you had to know how to change tires. Writing in cursive. Good morning, Pastor Shaw. I'm glad you're here. You part of what I'm going to talk about today, too. Cursive writing has gone to the wayside. They don't teach kids how to write in cursive anymore. And every year, every school year, is always somebody that just now finds that out. I think they stopped teaching kids how to write in cursive like 10 years ago. And every year, somebody who just now finds out. Sharon Anderson is asking for your vote for city council. There you go. Early voting starts September the 20th. She's number 2 on the ballot. So go take a number 2 on the ballot. Number 2 on your ballot. I mean, don't literally do it. That would be bad if you actually went number 2 on your ballot. But anyway, back to cursive writing and change the tires. You had to know how to write in cursive. They thought it was a necessary skill. Now, go on, Michelle. Nobody knows how to write in cursive. New kids ain't learning how to write in cursive. Somebody finds out every year and they go crazy. What are they teaching these children? They don't need to teach kids how to write in cursive. And I'm gonna tell you why. What they signing? What they writing? Who writing letters? When the last time you wrote a letter? Electronic mail. You just type it. You got to type it. Electronic email. You typing that. You type sincerely and your name at the bottom. What was that? You gotta get a check. For what? Who getting checks? Who getting checks? Most jobs now, the direct deposit is simple. They sending your money on direct deposit or some kind of card. You're not even what check? Who you get a check from? Who? When the last time you had to do a check? Tell me. Give me these checks. Renee, you would have a pen pal. What up, JP? You only write to people in jail. People in jail don't even get letters no more. Keith, I don't know when the last time you went to jail, but that ain't what it is no more. They getting the email right there in jail now. The text message, they got phones in jail. Jail ain't the same. You typing that letter to jail. You ain't what you signing? You tell me something you signed in the they even took it out now. You don't even now when you swipe your card, you ain't even signing. Most places you just swipe your card and go. They don't care about the sign. They just be like, nah, you put anything down there. Sometimes I sign Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. You can send electronic letters to boot camp recruits. Ain't nobody signing nothing. So they be like, let's take it out. Everything's electronic. Even on your electronic documents, it says electronic signature. You put in there, yes. It'll sign something for you. You be like, okay, that looks good to me. JD talks about in-person paperwork. So here's what y'all want us to do. Think about it now, JD Martin. Don't call me Martin Luther King. You want us to take a whole section of learning, teaching, for them to possibly sign their name on a document sometime later on. We already learned a bunch of stuff in school we ain't gonna use. You talking about just in case you got to sign something. Remember, a kid now that's in 3rd grade, you talking about they not gonna be a legal age for another 20 years. Maybe 20 years from now, you had to sign something. We good. Let's spend that little time on something else. Changing tires has become that. Now, everybody got AAA. AAA used to be a badge of honor. Ain't no in-person paperwork anymore unless you buy a house. That's about it. And you still do that online now. You can buy a whole house online. You ain't got to go in there and meet them people. Now everybody got roadside assistance, AAA. AAA used to be a badge of honor. Everybody didn't have AAA. You be in the car, somebody be like, you got AAA. Whoa, you was fancy. Something going with your car, you like, don't worry about it, I got AAA. People look at you like, oh, you one of those people. AAA was the caviar of insurances. If you had AAA, people looked at you different. You drove with a different panache. You didn't care what you did with your car because you had AAA. I drive right into this puddle. I got AAA. JD, you went to the bank. Ain't nobody who goes to the bank. Nobody go to no bank. What you going inside of a bank for? That's out of control. Everybody got AAA. Roadside assistance. Everybody got it. You got a phone, you got roadside assistance. Nobody care about that no more. As somebody called me yesterday, tell me they had a flat tire. They needed some help. I was shocked. I was ready. I was like, ooh, I know how to change the tire. I'll be right out. That's really not why they called. They didn't call me to change the tire. I keep a air pump in my car. So they're like, okay, you come pump my tire back up. But their tire was leaking. Their tire sounded like it was trying to tell me a secret. Their tire was like, psst, psst. Their tire was telling me to shut up. Their tire was like, shh. I'm like, ain't no pumping that back up. Had 2 holes in it. I was like, call that tire 50 cents. So I'm asking y'all, is knowing how to change a tire a necessary skill? Marche, we all everybody knows you a man. Everybody knows, Marche. We get it. You tell us all the time. I can lift 400 pounds. I can change my own oil. I can do this. I can pee standing up. We get it, Marche. We get you've learned anything a man can do, you can do. We get it. Is knowing how to change a tire still a necessary skill? Or do y'all rather just wait the 6 hours for roadside assistance to get there? Roadside assistance get there when they feel like it. Roadside assistance is they be like, well, you ain't going nowhere. That's like roadside assistance. Be like, you put in, I need a tire change. We'll be there in 37 hours. You be like, 3 days? They be like, well, where you going? Just get comfortable on that roadside. I don't know. I've seen more. I think on the interstate, I'm letting somebody else come change it. I've seen way too many incidents where people. I've seen way too many incidents where people have been injured or killed changing tires on the interstate. It's different. And they said, I'm waiting 6 hours because I assume changing. I don't know what that means. I guess that because I guess that's supposed to be ain't changing no tires. Chris said an ex showed me how, but I'll never do it. I could tell someone how to. I definitely taught Marie how to if I'm on the interstate, VDOT or AAA. Yeah, I'm just sit on the side. Breaking down on the interstate ain't no fun. People be going zoom. Man, once you feel that first car shake, you like, no, I ain't messing with this. I ain't messing with this. All right, that was question 1. Let's talk about it Tuesday. Let's talk about Tuesday. We just talk about random stuff on Talk About It Tuesday. So let me do my weekend recap. My weekend recap, I didn't do a whole lot of work. I only had 1 gig this weekend. I only had 1 gig this weekend, and it was phenomenal. Phenomenal gig. I was able to do the wedding of Mike and Stephanie. They had an amazing they had a wedding program that wasn't normal. It was like it read like a newspaper. You got to see it was beautiful, phenomenal wedding. Video was beautiful. The bride was amazing. The groom. Listen, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. So many people now got married. This was a big wedding weekend. I don't know if the last week of August, if it's the Labor Day, if it's the holiday. This was a big wedding weekend. It was a lot of weddings. Nike and Dominique got married. I don't know either one of them personally. I've been told that I do, but I don't think I do. But they got married. They had a beautiful wedding. I knew a lot of people in their wedding. I didn't know them. They got married. I wasn't invited to that wedding, but Stephanie and Mike invited me to theirs, and their wedding was beautiful. Beautiful wedding. And I did comedy and hosted the reception. I did a lot of work at the wedding. It was great. My man DJ Decisive was DJing. And I'm telling y'all right now, if y'all got an event that y'all need, I've said it before because he's a fan of not a fan of the show, a friend of the show. If you got something that you need a DJ for, Decisive be on it. Decisive be DJing. He's a DJ's DJ. He was giving us the DJ business, and he was able to DJ for everybody. He was able to get the grandmamas in them. He was able to set it up for them. And then when the twerk team came in, he had a little something for them too. He was able to get everybody the business. He don't like to play line dance songs though. So let me get this to you for line dancing. Line dancing, either people like it or they hate it. And ain't no real in between. Line dance music, you got people who really love some line dance people. And then you got people who like, I ain't for it at all. That's the only two things that they got. Oh, listen, the twerk team was in there, period. Line dance ain't for everybody. Line dance, just like hand dancing ain't for everybody. Polka, everybody can't. You gotta just set it up so that same old two-step. You gotta set up for that same old two-step. I just need to be able to, the older you get, the less of your body you use when you dance. When you still young, you can do everything. Remember, think about it. When you was young dancing, you was doing the heel toe, you was percolating, twerking. You could do everything. Little shoulder lean. You use your whole body. Use your whole body to dance. The younger you are, the older you are, the less you start using. The older you get, the less you use. The older you get, once you get old enough, it's just here. It's just shoulders. It's just shoulders and a head turn. You don't need the same old two-step no more. You get old enough, this is dancing. Somebody be like, what you doing? I'm dancing, tearing it up. Because you're getting old. Now, Sharon, I'm going to tell you this. I've been to multiple events in the last 5 to 7. Don't nobody slow dance no more. Slow dancing is done. The DJ ain't even playing. There used to be a time, I remember back when I would go to the club, there was a time when the DJ would slow the music down. Hey, Mr. DJ, why don't you slow this party down? They don't do that no more. The DJ, it used to be a time where the DJ, so that the club could make a little bit more money, the DJ would stop playing songs to get people on the dance floor. He would intentionally play slow jams so people would go to the bar. And people would get out there. Now in the club, ain't nobody slow dancing in the club. You won't taking a woman and holding her around her waist and get in. And they ain't do that no more. Now there was always a time where you put my beef in your taco. Now they're always, back in the day as a man, when you was dancing on the dance floor, all you did was stand on the wall. This is assume the position. That slow music come on, you just lean back on it. She gonna throw that in a circle. Huh? That's all you doing as a man. I don't even think they do that anymore. They start throwing all these they start throwing all this foreign music, soca and Afro beats. We didn't used to have all of these immigrant music. We put a wall up. We have that you'll have your boy hold you up. You're going for maximum effort. Is what you was going for. That was the biggest thing about immigration. We keep talking about letting these Mexicans in over the wall. We got to stop this music. Soca's in here now, Afro beats. They even listening to European rap music. I mean, not white people rap. That's Eminem. But I mean, like from Britain, British. There'd be rap music with an accent. They letting all that in now. They're letting all that in. So there's 2 let-ins. Almost what they? Oh, you talking about? Because I'm talking about soca. That's just immigrant music. That's just all it is. That's just a jam with a green card. Visa jams. So here's my thing. Now, when you doing a wedding, I'm gonna ask you this, and I think the women and the men may have different answers to this. When you doing a wedding, you got to sit down. You got to think of people to invite. You got to think about people to invite. Usually, you're inviting people who you're friends with in your past, whichever. Sharon, you with Miss Oz? Ain't nothing like some of the old songs. It's gonna rain Saturday. Every time Carnival come here, they try to wash it out. The Lord ain't pleased with Carnival. Y'all doing too much. when you invite people to your wedding, can you invite somebody who you had relationships with? If you've had relations with the person, can you invite them to the wedding? Can they be invited? Can you look back over that crowd and be like, yeah, knocked that one off, slept with that one, had that. You look at the different ones. As the significant other, are you okay with that? Sharon says nope. Double explanation points. Keith said yes in all caps. Marche said yep. That's crazy. Now, do you have to divulge? Do you have to divulge to your significant other? Yes. This is very dangerous territory. I'm just asking. Do you have to tell your significant other? Do you have to tell your potential mate? Hey, I'm inviting Tasha. Me and Tasha did it a few times in the 80s. Hey, I'm inviting John. Me and John did the bonbon. Or do you just let it, or do you just let it just be there? Do you just let that be a secret? You got all these exes at the wedding, and your potential mate don't know. Woo! Felice said, but why would you want an ex there? So it's some people that might not have been an ex. I mean, I ain't even talking about, I don't think you would invite an ex unless you. Now there are some exes that you still cool with. I think sometimes there's some exes that you all right with. Sometimes as an adult, depending on when you got married, sometimes as an adult, you adulted. Sometimes you an adult, you adulted. You was like, hey, me and Mrs. Jones. Y'all both at the house. It was Tuesday. Then Marche said it. Everybody that you humped on won't necessarily an ex. Everybody you humped on won't necessarily an ex. Snoop, you got married 37 years ago. You in a happy, successful marriage. You ain't had nobody there that knew you personally. I invited my ex just to show her I was a better man without her. And I love that level of petty. I love that level of petty. Well, Sharon, the last relationship couldn't have been strictly platonic because that's why we asking. Once you dipped in the oils. Oh no, Snoop! I know. I know your reputation precedes you, Snoop. They told me before you started working in the shipyard, you was a pipe layer. That's what I hear in the streets. They tell me this. Way before he started working in the shipyard, he was laying pipe. That's all I've heard. Those were the words that were said. Snoop was laying pipe way before he started working in the shipyard. That's what that was told to me. That's what was told to me. And they told me your wife came in and reformed you. She turned a hoe into a house husband. But I'm just telling you before that's a good question. They always be like, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Can you turn a hoe into a house husband? Can you turn a hoe into a house husband? Because they always make it seem like men can't change. If that man was a hoe, he's always gonna be a hoe. Is what they try to say about them. They say that about men. We don't got to define hoe, Marche. First of all, hoe has many definitions. I think the great Negro poet Ludacris tried to define it. Use a hoe, use a hoe. That was a great song. Then he tried to define hoe. Hoe is undefinable. Yeah, I did a wedding one time with a father of the bride spoke and said there are many definitions of the word love. There's many definitions of the word hoe. A said we need love. He's a recovering hoe. He's a recovering hoe. Hoes just need to be. Let me tell you this. When you find yourself a hoe, you gotta add the WLE. Hoes need to be made whole. That's what I'm talking about. Hoes need to be made whole. Can you make that man whole? Can you make that woman whole? There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house. The song Joyce went right in and just didn't even leave it up to nobody's interpretation. The song knew immediately. The song was prophetic. The song like there's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house. My favorite part though is when they are bold enough to be like, if you see them, point them out. If you see them, point them out. And I always was looking for the point outs. I thought that song was important to any night. Man, there's some holes in this house. If you see them, point them out. And I'm looking to see who gets pointed out. Because that could make the night much better. That's point number 2. Holes at your wedding. Good morning, Eva Tay. Point number 3. Now, this one's going to get a little bit controversial. The girls point the girls out every time. There's some holes in this house. If you see them, point them out. The girls be like, hey, there you go. There you go, fellas. We know our girls a hoe. We know our girls a hoe. Your girls know you a hoe before you do. For some of y'all, that may be the moment where your whole recognition sets in. Your whole detection service right there. Your whole monitoring service. Your girlfriends know. Maybe like, they know your hoe. All right, here we go. This one's gonna be rough, but I gotta do it. I gotta do it because these kind of things happen all the time, and it confuzzles me. I get confuzzled, confused even. Christians are up in an uproar again. It's that time of month, I guess. It's part of the Christian menstrual cycle. I guess as a Christian, you got to have a few weeks where you get grumpy. Christians are up in arms again. Nobody shares a meme like an upset Christian. Nobody shares a meme like an upset Christian. Upset Christians get upset. They will share a meme to death. They will be like, and they'll jump on a bandwagon. I oftentimes get concerned, but then I understand at the same time. I understand why some Christians go to the church that they go to. I understand why some of them follow the leadership that they follow, because y'all will just follow anything. There are a lot of Christians who are so in need, of something, anything to believe in and follow, that they'll follow anything that just sounds right. Right? And I get it. Now, the Christians are in the uproar now because of Lee Daniels. Lee Daniels done got himself together, done stopped his feud with Monique. I didn't know Lee Daniels was in the alphabet community. I didn't know. I don't follow him like that until just now. I didn't know he was LGBTQIA until now. So now Lee Daniels and Monique's back together. So once I found out that he was gay, I was like, oh, there's no need for me to get involved. Women catfight all the time. Women catfight all the time. But now they're upset because Lee Daniels just released a movie called Deliverance. Deliverance is basically The Exorcist It's The Exorcist. It's Norman Bates. It's all of those movies, but based on a true story. Based on a true story. So he did this movie called Deliverance, and it's based on a woman who apparently was possessed by demons in her home. And now the Christians are upset. They're like, don't watch it. Don't watch the movie. You are opening up portals in your home. This is an attack by Satan to get in and control your mind. And this, that, and the third. But I was like, but y'all watch everything else. I'm watching Christians tell you can't open. No, you are allowing the spirit of this, and the third in your home through the movie. But you watch every Tyler Perry movie. Y'all watch every Madea movie. What? I thought you couldn't come on, Pastor Shy. I thought you couldn't come on because you're at work. I don't have a problem with Christians setting the stage and saying this is too much. You don't want to watch this. But please stop being bipolar in your Christianity. Stop being bi-Christianal. If you're going to fuss about that, fuss about everything else that you've been watching. They're like, it's letting the spirit of lust and profanity. You watch movies with cussing in it all the time. You watch the Cowboys on Sunday. Now, I will say this. I know that there are people who can't handle certain films. If you just can't handle certain films, certain music, I get it. I'm all for it. You can't handle certain films, certain music. You know it's for you. I know people who can drink a glass of wine and go on. They drink a glass of wine, their day is good. I know some people, if they drink a glass of wine, they fall off the wagon. They off the wagon. They drink that glass of wine and they done. They done. They drink a glass of wine. Next thing you know, they naked in the gutter. That's just how it goes sometimes. I think the same thing goes for movies and television. Either you can or you can't. Either you can or you can't. There's things that you can say or things that you can't do, things that you can be involved in, things that you can't be involved in. I get it. Here's one of the things I saw. Well, look, everybody who watched the movie Deliverance opened a demonic portal in their home. I don't care who it is. The spirits behind that movie are involved in that movie were not of God. Spirit of fear, spirit of perversion, spirit of homosexuality, witchcraft, vulgar language, sodomy. Lastly, the actors and directors who directed it have demonic spirits. Holy Spirit has zero to do with that movie, and anyone who say Holy Spirit did is a liar. I saw that, right? Most movies don't. Most movies are. Pastor, I do agree with you on this one. We do pick and choose what we are offended by. That's partly because our Christianity is often based on personal preference and not biblical principles. It's personal preference. Y'all didn't like the movies. You don't like. Listen, everybody watch Friday the 13th. They all watch Nightmare on Elm Street. Everybody, I don't know a Christian that don't know who Freddy Krueger is. Y'all know Freddy Krueger? You know the song. 1, 2. Freddy's coming for you. Halloween. Y'all out there participating in Halloween. Y'all say what y'all want to say. You can call it Harvest Festival. You can call it whatever it is. It's Halloween. You letting the kids put on their little costumes. What's that? That's that. You can't talk about that movie is bringing in the spirit of perversion and homosexuality. We've seen your choir director. We seen your. Yeah, don't call it Harvard Fest. It's Halloween. You're doing Halloween stuff. We seen the spirit of homosexuality. We seen your choir director. You watched. They are very. Here's how I know. Here's how I know that Christians. Said it again. I did. I seen your choir. We've seen your choir director. We know that is the spirit of homos. It's being ushered into. We've seen your ushers. We've seen your ushers. I had a whole point that I was going to make. Oh, I could tell y'all how I know that Christians be backwards. If you really was about that Christianity life, if you really was about that life, The Forge would be the #1 movie in the country. We got so many people who claim Christianity. Christianity is one of the larger religions in Western civilization here in the United States. All over the world, no. But here in the United States, yes. One of the larger. This Forge movie was out there. The same Christians who I seen complaining, you don't watch this. You allowing a portal. You letting the spirit of all that in your home. You ain't letting the spirit of The Forge in your home. The Forge is a Christian-based movie. It was made in Christianity. Why weren't you as loud and as boisterous about letting people know about this Forge movie as you were about Deliverance? Because let me tell y'all something. 9 times out of 10, a lot of people had no desire to see. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I watch Netflix. I watch all this stuff. I had no desire to want to watch Deliverance. I had no desire to want to watch Deliverance until y'all kept telling me don't watch Deliverance. Kids don't want to get in that cookie jar until you tell them don't go in the cookie jar. The power of don't. If you don't believe the power of don't isn't real, go look at marketing now. Marketing, they are now marketing people that says you don't want to use this product. That's one of the things that they lead off with. You don't want to use this because people who use this end up with this. Should have gone. You Christians, you have the platform, you had the opportunity to lift up your platform so that people will want to do it. If everybody would have been like, we need to watch the Forge movie, if y'all would have did that with the same intensity that y'all telling people not to watch Deliverance, different story. Didn't do it though. You had the opportunity, a movie that perpetuates your values, that pushes out the same thing that you want. You couldn't do it. Adam and Eve wouldn't have cared about that fruit. So God like, don't eat that fruit. Uh-oh. I gotta go get some of that fruit. Adam and Eve won't think about that fruit. All the trees in the Garden of Eden, he said you can eat any of these. Man, knock yourself out. Except one. Millions of trees. There's trees everywhere. That's how you know that Adam won't Jamaican, because he didn't smoke any of those trees. Those trees are right there, and Adam ain't smoked there one. You know he won't Jamaican. All those trees, there was one tree. And he was like, no. Then curiosity, he was like, I gotta have the one tree out of all these trees that I can't have. We gotta know, why can't I have that tree? Hey, don't touch that stove. That stove hot. We tell kids the whole time, don't you touch that stove. That stove hot. They gotta go. Let me go see this stove hot. That stove hot. Now you done burnt all your fingerprints off. Now you can go out there and commit any crime you want. You done burnt your fingerprints off as a child. I used to tell my mama used to have me set up when I was a kid. I would go on a date. My mama would be like, every time I walk out of the house, be like, Mom, here's my date Susie Ann or whatever, you know. And my mom would be like, hey, what's the word of the day for every date? I'm like, Mom, go ahead, Mom, you're doing too much. She's like, say the word. I'd be like, abstinence. She'd be like, thank you. That young lady probably won't even think about giving me none. But now that you done made her say abstinence, she's like, well, let's go ahead and break that rule. My mom be like, don't let him put his hands on you, girl. He broke the bike rack off the luggage rack off the back of my car, which was a complete accident. She had a little luggage rack on the back of her car. I was pulling the trunk open by the luggage rack, pulled it up and broke the whole luggage rack. It was a poorly made luggage rack. That's why they don't even put them on cars no more. They be like, just put the luggage in the trunk. Who was riding around with your luggage on top of the trunk anyway? That's all I'm saying. Why can't we get Christian consistency? Christian consistency is not a thing. Not a thing. Christian consistency doesn't exist. All right. I just turned myself up. All right, let's go. Let's get out of here. Because y'all tired of texting and I'm tired of talking. All right, let me give y'all the word of the day. And then I need y'all to do the word of the day. Word of the day. I missed out on some people yesterday. Yesterday was friend of the show, Christine Simons. It was her birthday. So merry birthday, Christine. We missed her yesterday. I don't know if she tuned in today or not. But yesterday was her birthday, so we didn't do the show yesterday. But merry birthday to you. Let's do the word of the day. Then I got two more things and I'm out. Big shout out, man. If you know a Florida State fan, hug them. They are so in need right now. If you know a Florida State fan, just get them a little slight hug. Just hold them tight. Just let them know that they're still loved. Just take a moment and be like, hey, Florida State fan, you're still loved. Somebody cares for you. They are not okay. They are not okay. The word of the day is cronyism. Cronyism. CRONY-ism. Cronyism. Cronyism is the unfair practice by a powerful person, such as a politician, of giving jobs and other favors to friends without regards for their qualifications. City residents are pushing back against cronyism and corruption in their local government. Won't even discuss how that was working in church. Cronyism. That is a word. That is the word of the day. Big shout out Charlotte Battle of the Band videos. ECSU's band went down there and held their own against some good bands. All right. CIAA in trouble. SOC Sound of Class. You see it. You heard it. New uniforms for the dance team, everything. I see it. Getting it done. And do this every year, man. Big shout out to my brother Rob, man. Yesterday was my brother Rob's birthday. He, of course, passed away, but I still remember him on his birthday. So if you get a chance to play some Wu-Tang today for Rob, you know his birthday was yesterday. I could have told y'all yesterday to play some Wu-Tang if I would have done the show yesterday, but I was lazy and I didn't labor on Labor Day. Tune in this evening, probably, I don't know, because I got to give the West Coast time. I got to get a West Coast time for the announcement to happen. The announcement is I got a big announcement. It is resonating out of the West Coast. So I got to give the West Coast an opportunity to get it first. But after they get it over in the West Coast, I'm going to make the announcement over here on the East. Big announcement. Big announcement. It's not the season 2 announcement. Not yet. Not yet. Season 2 announcement is coming. Not yet. What's a link for the Charlotte Battle of the Bands video, Snoop? You know, Crystal, she's not very tall, but she enjoys a band. They look like giants out there to her. She enjoys watching a good band. So y'all let me know. Not yet, Denzel. We're close on the season 2, though. That y'all should pick up as little clues. Like y'all can see I'm growing my hair out. Y'all know Deacon Charles has hair. So y'all should be thinking to yourself, oh, he's growing his hair out. Maybe season 2. But yeah, there you go. So that's that. First of all, Keith, I couldn't marry Marche because first of all, Marche has a man. So that is trouble. And I got a bad heart. I can't mess with Marche. She out there doing it and going to Carnival and all that kind of stuff. Anybody got time for elbow whining? It's a lot. It's a lot. But that's not the big announcement. Season 2 is not the big announcement. It's a big announcement though. I'm really ecstatic about the announcement that I'm gonna make. But other than that, man, I hope everybody has an amazing day, man. We started our week by missing Monday because it was a Labor Day, but today is Tuesday. Thank all the kids are back in school in earnest now. So let's just start praying for these kids while they approach another school year, 180 days of not doing cursive writing. So let's just pray for all of them, man. Let's pray that they have a better school year than they've ever had before, and that we start a positive trend of school years going up, and they'll just be better and better each and every year. Let's hope for that. Am I using banana oil on my hair? No, it just grows. I don't even know who Guantanamera. I just use juices and berries. I put some of that on there. All right. I'm getting out of here, man. Remember, man, I still love y'all. I'll be back tomorrow, man. Lord willing, the creek don't rise, and I'll try to be a little bit better than I was today. Do me a favor, even if this happens to be you. We'll try it again on tomorrow. I love y'all. I'm out. Peace.
Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Clayton Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Clayton Cassidy Show. Funny Man, coming to you and making you laugh again.